Hello, everyone. This is Tina from the Jetic Fury Crystal X website on YouTube. And today I'm going to introduce the action of recitation, reciting poems for the purpose of improving pronunciation. So I've decided to choose the most famous Romanian poet, Mihai Eminescu. Why? Because he's been translated in the English language, and he is a very favorite of mine. He's one of my favorite poets. And in this way, I want to bring attention to his poetry and to also help you to practice your pronunciation online. So, okay, I'm using Zoom right now, and I'm going to share the screen. And I can show you here that basically, as you can see, I can make my my face bigger. I can show you the two websites that are quite famous for showing Mihai Eminescu's poems in translation, okay, in English. As you can see here, there are 21 of them. This is RomanianVoice.com. The second place that I found was GabrielDitu.com. His contents, you can see here, he's got more than 21 poems, all right? And I found his website to be very, very interesting because he has got translations by Corneliu M. Popescu. And this young man was born in 1958 and he died in 1977. He was, I think, just 19 years old, before 19 years old probably, because he was born May 16th, 1958, and then he died March 4th, 1977. So what I find so interesting about him is that he's not really well known. I don't think even Romanians know about him. He was awarded the postmortem prize of the Romanian Academy for the work Mihai Eminescu Poems. And he worked on translating all of these works by himself. Can you imagine that? He had been working by himself. And you can see here when you click, you can find out a little bit about him. He was only 18 when he died. And this is his foreword. And this is the English one, and this is in Romanian. As you can see, you can read how he chose to translate in English. And I was really astounded. I was astounded by his translations. I don't even know how many people actually know about Corneliu M. Popescu. Maybe some people do, maybe, I don't know. You can read it in English. There also is a foreword by Titu Maiorescu. Only Romanians know who he is. If you want to know a little bit about him, you can always go on Wikipedia and find out who Titu Maiorescu is. That's not the purpose of this video. I just want to show you this website. And of course, there's a foreword by Gabriel Ditu, who is the owner of this website. So it's a wonderful website. He says, I dedicate these pages to the great Romanian poet, Mihai Eminescu. Now, when we are celebrating 150 years since his birthday, and that was actually 20 years ago. So 150 years, 20 years ago, now we've already celebrated 170 years since his birthday, because I think he was born January 15th. How do I remember this? Because my birthday is only a few days after his birthday. So I also want to pay homage to young Corneliu M. Popescu, the person who has translated these poems, making them more accessible to the people beyond the Romanian border. But in the end, my work was done for you, the person that will take the time to read and understand the soul and the ideas of these poems. So what I'm going to do is every video, I'm going to recite one of these poems, and I've decided to go with this website. I'm not sure. I don't know if the translation is different. Let's see if it's different. So Evening Star is very, very well known. But he called it very, very nicely Lucifer. See, look at this difference here. I just want to make it very big. When I was learning how to translate, I was told to try to make it sound, natural. But let's look at the difference. You can see. Once on a time, as poets sing, high tales with fancy laden, born of a very noble king, there lived a wondrous maiden. And actually, this is closer to the original Romanian. Now, for those of you who know Romanian, you can see that. And for those of you who know English very well, if you are Romanian, you'll realize that it is once on a time, or once upon a time, as poets sing. Once upon a time, as poets sing. A fost odată ca povești. Now, he decided to add this one. High tales with fancy laden. A fost ca niciodată. He tried to change this to make it sound born of a very noble king. De rude mari împărătești, there lived a wondrous maiden. So, again, o prea frumoasă fată. Now, this to me is much closer than there was, as in the fairy tales, as ne'er in the times raid, there was of famous royal blood, a most beautiful maid. But then it's a matter of taste. I prefer his translation, okay? I prefer his translation. So basically, because I prefer his translation, I'm going to choose this website to do the recitations. Now, for those of you who do not know what recitation means.
Recitation. Recitation.
You can see, you can read the phonetics here. Recitation, 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 okay? It is the action of repeating something aloud from memory, or perhaps in my case, because I don't have any memory at this moment, I'm just going to read. I'm going to read each one by one, and I'm going to post them under Mihai Eminescu poetry recitation in English. And you can see, I will try to render as much emotion into them as I can, so you can get a feeling of the story in the poem. You can see there's so many of them. So I decided to go with GabrielDitu.com, not with RomanianVoice.com. I'm sorry, Romanian Voice, but Gabriel Ditu has definitely won this one. So everyone, all right, I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to stop right here. I will see you next time with the first poem. Take care.